Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I got another deck profile update for you guys. This time it's on my Blue Eyes. So just letting y'all know now, I'm kind of holding off certain decks on updates before the ban list because I want to make sure I want to see what gets hit on the next upcoming ban list. So I'm only presenting decks that don't really have to worry about that. But anyway, for today, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys my Blue Eyes deck because I changed up some ratios, kind of worked around some new strategies, and added in a new tech card, which you guys will see shortly. And yeah, so let's go and get started. Alright, of course, since it's a Blue Eyes deck, you can't play this deck without 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon. And also keep in mind, this is primarily the pure variant. 3 alternatives. It's a free summon, and it's Blue Eyes White Dragon while it's on the field, so figured why not. 1 Dragon Spirit of White, just to get rid of back row, and also you can tag out to bring out the original Blue Eyes White Dragon as long as your opponent controls a monster. And the new tech option I'm running is Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, so shoutouts to 13 Dragon Blade for first telling me about this tech. So he brought this up in the comments on the last Blue Eyes video, and I was like, Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. And I was like, that is a pretty interesting tech. It's a free discard fodder for trade-in. It's easy to bring out, and plus you can bring it out through the Hieratic Seal, and of course whenever it engages in battle, it banishes itself plus the monster, and it'll have its 3000k attack points back once it returns. So shoutouts to you again, 13 Dragon Blade. This is for you. Moving on, 3 copies of Sage with Eyes of Blue. One of your best normal summons, and you can also use his hand effect as well. But he searches out all your level 1 light attribute tuners, and you can discard them to target a monster or an effect monster you control and special summon Blue Eyes from deck. I'm only playing 2 copies of Whitestone of Ancients just because it was kind of a brick, and plus you don't have too many targets for its end phase effect, so that's why I'm only running it at 2. 1 Legend, of course, it's a free. I usually use it to bait out Ash Blossoms. So if I have Melody and this card in hand, I'll discard that, and then my opponent will Ash the Melody, and then this card will still give me a free Blue Eyes regardless. And 1 Glow Bulb as the last of our primary monsters. Just helps me Synchro Climb into Cloud Castle or Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, which we'll get to momentarily. Playing 3 Ash now, just because, I definitely wanted to max out on it. And 2 copies of Effect Veiler since it's searchable, and I figured why not. Alright, so that's it for the monsters. Moving on to spells and traps. I'm playing 3 copies of, oops, my bad guys. 3 copies of Melody of the Awakening Dragon. Searches out your dragons as long as it has 3,000 attack points with 2,500 or less defense. Triple trade-in, you got a lot of level 8, so free discard to draw 2 cards. 3 Return of the Dragon Lords. This is your main revival card. Target any level 7 or 8 dragon and special summon it back from the grave. It also has built-in protection for your dragons. 2 Called by the Grave. Figure 3 was a little too much, so I think 2 is more than enough. Got 1 for 1 to get all your level 1s out faster. 1 Dragon Shrine. Foolish Burial. Silver Scarf for more revival. And of course, Monster Reborn. Alright, and I'm only playing 4 traps in this deck. But for starting off, of course, I'm playing 3 copies of Ultimate Creature of Destruction. This card is awesome. I can't believe it spiked up in price, honestly. I'm just glad I got him when I did. But target 2 Blue Eyes monsters, or not target 2 Blue Eyes monsters, I'm sorry. Target 1 Blue Eyes monster you control. This turn, that face-up monster is unaffected by card effects, and of course, if your monster engages in battle, can't be destroyed in battle either. And the opponent's monster gets destroyed, so really good. And if you normal or special summon the Blue Eyes, you can reset this card from your graveyard, but you have to banish it. That's the only drawback, but overall, it's free protection. It just makes Blue Eyes invincible for a turn, so why not? And of course, to go with it, Skill Drain. Just so you know, if you have this out, you pretty much have game, because, your opponent can't activate any effects, can't really cancel out Ultimate Creature, so Skill Drain will definitely come in handy. So, yeah. Alright, so that's it for the main deck. That's 40 cards. And now we're moving on to the extra deck. Just get me situated here. Alright, so for the extra deck, of course, playing 1 Hieratic Seal, just because you need it for its arrows, and also it helps you bring out your dragons faster. 1 Link Kariba, and this is the only 2 Link monsters I'm playing, because this deck is Synchro based, so Synchro and Xyz based, so honestly you just need these 2, and that's it. 2 Blue Eye Spirit Dragons, definitely want to run this at 2 because you got different targets you need to get out. and just helps you get into like your True King of all calamities plays, or just helps you combo off to get into your Crystal Wing. So depending on the situations, how you want to incorporate Spirit Dragon the best. Also, he stops pendulums, so can't pendulum summon 2 monsters at the same time, so figured why not. Next one is Zero Eyes, gives your dragons more protection, also brings back your normal monsters. One of our targets for Blue Eyes, it's going to be Stardust Spark Dragon, and also has protection effect, so that way you don't have to worry about the drawback effect of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. One Moonlight Dragon just to bounce back your opponent's cards. And so this helps you get into your Cloud Castle, this helps you get into your Crystal Wing, which comes to our next card. Crystal Wing, negates any monster effect. Cloud Castle, definitely help you get into your True King of all calamities play. Moving on to our Xyz, we got number 38, negate spells. My new addition, number 90, Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord, which honestly, even if you don't have a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, this card lets you dig it out and add it to this monster as material. So that way it'll have its own built-in protection as long as it has a Photon monster as material. And also, like, it has extra benefits whenever it does its negation. So Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord, definitely a great option. Of course, you got the standard Cypher Dragon, Cypher Blade Dragon, Armor Photon Dragon. Definitely want to get some free or just free removal entirely. And of course, our big boy, True King of all calamities. Just, if you can get this out, you can also pretty much win the game because, your opponent can't do anything if this card's out. Alright, so now we're moving on to the side deck. For the side, starting off with Danko Seka. This is mainly for mine decks, if I'm going second. Because my deck's mainly to go first. But with this card, if I'm going second, I just pop this out. My opponents can't activate any set spells or traps. 3 Artifact Lancia to deal with Thunder Dragon and Orcus players. 3 Mind Control. For more like back row heavy strategies aside from mine, I also got Twin Twisters, as well as Evenly Matched. Well, Evenly Matched is pretty much good against everything, so definitely great side options. I definitely recommend these, so yeah. Well, that's it for deck profile, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and be sure to stay tuned for the combo video, which will come right after, so I'll see you until then.